Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to talk to you about a program that's called Tarot, Your Love Story, November 2018. And this is for you coming from Scorpio. And so, I will use my Kabbalistic cards, and the first card that I'm going to pull will be to do with your first 15 days of November for you coming from Scorpio. And it's a brilliant card. It says that all your past problems can be brought under control, can be left behind, and you have a new beginning which is starting in the first 15 days of November. So let me apply this to your romance area, this card. And it says that the past bad luck you are having with your romance can leave you, and now you will meet somebody who will be good for you in the first 15 days of November. So the meeting can take place. It doesn't mean that the whole love affair can start, but the meeting can take place, the contact can take place, or the knowledge of each other can take place. So be aware of somebody you are keen on, make the slight contacts, and you will see that the chances of getting a new romance and a good one in the month of first 15 days of November will become very real. Now I want to talk to you, where's my pen gone? I want to talk to you about your marriage area in the first 15 days. So let's see how that goes. It's a good card as well. So in the marriage area, you're going to find peace of mind and happiness, and a lot of situations for you are going to improve in the marriage area, more understanding and more help and more support from each other. So you're going to be very lucky in the marriage area in the first 15 days. You will see eye to eye, you can discuss many issues. So do that, because everything goes well for you in the first 15 days in the marriage area. Let me pull a card now for the general family areas, which will include your brothers, sisters, your parents, even your children. And it's another good card. So it says you can get help from your brothers or sisters or your parents, and it's worthwhile talking to them about finding solutions and how to improve your marriage or your romance area, and they will give you the support. So another good card. So it looks like the first 15 days of November, in any area of romance or marriage, whether new or old, you're going to do very well. I now want to talk to you about your last 15 days. So let me pull the first card for the last 15 days, and this will be to do with your romance areas for you coming from Scorpio. Well, on the surface the cards look good, but when I look at all the zodiac signs and the planet, is not very good. It says you can find out in your new romance that you're going to get, if you're going to get it in the last 15 days, there's some things of a secret nature that you have to find out. So you can't be completely trusting this person that you meet in the last 15 days of November. You have to do some detective work. And also this person can be very dominating and very secretive, of course. So you have to find that out. If you have your ongoing romance, I'm going to use the same card. And the message will be that yes, while it's good enough that you have this person who will help you to expand and improve your life, but even then, something of a secret nature is going on. So you have to gently ask this ongoing romance partner about if there's anything wrong, and if there's any third party maybe, or if there's any other commitments that are bothering this romance of yours. Try and get an honest answer. Something like that is happening, but there is enough energy to see this romance, ongoing romance, to be steady enough in the first 15 days. Now I'm going to pull a card regarding the general family area, which includes your parents and your brothers and sisters. And I would say that it's better for you not to involve them into any area, whether your marriage or whether it is going to be your love affair. It says there's too much contradicting advice coming about. Some things are not clear at all, so don't bother about talking to them. Now, we're talking about Scorpio, and your last 15 days I've spoken to you about. So I'm going to now speak to you about your lucky dates, D-A-T-E-S. There will be some dates in the month of November which are going to make you extremely lucky. And for you coming from Scorpio, and looking at this card, I will choose the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd and the 31st of November to bring very good luck on these dates. Whether to find a new romance, whether to improve the old romance, whether to improve the marriage. So do all the bonding between you and others on the 4th, 13th, 22nd and 31st. Very special, powerful dates for you. They'll give you many solutions. Now I'm going to look for you your lucky ages. So let's look at your lucky ages, which is a very strong card. And from here I get the message that if you happen to be the ages of 21 or 30 or 39 or 48 or 57 or 66 or 75, if you happen to be any of these ages, you are going to be one very lucky person, whether in the romance, whether in the marriage, whether anything you do in the emotional kind. So you can definitely score very high points and be very happy in the month of November. And if you are not of these ages, which I've just mentioned, well, don't be too sad. You'll need to see me for a 90-minute session, which will cost you USD 50, and that will be, I will do a horoscope based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms. And I will talk to you about your next 7, 8 or 9 years, age by age, calendar year by calendar year. I'll give you a lot of information, your personal lottery numbers, your lucky colors, your lucky directions, but we'll talk more about that later. Now I'm going to look for you coming from Scorpio, about what colors will be lucky for you. So let's look at this. And wow, it's the color purple. So wear plenty of purple for the month of November, and it will be extremely lucky for you. Why are colors very important? Because when we touch a color or wear a color or use a color, we immediately open a channel of energy to a planet that controls that particular color. When we take off the color, we remove the contact of that planet. So it's very important for the month of November to try and wear plenty of purple. You'll be contacting yourself to very positive, good planets. Now I'm going to look for somebody who might be making trouble for you in the area of love, for you coming from Scorpio. And this person would come from Aries. The signs on this card are very clear. So if you find a romance partner in November and there happens to be Aries, tell yourself, here comes trouble. There'll be a lot of differences between you and the person. You'll have to be very careful. You'll have to use a lot of your patience and control yourself. Or if you have an ongoing romance and if that person is from Aries, tell yourself, I can expect trouble to happen. A lot of trouble can happen in the month of November. So you'll have to be very careful how you deal with this ongoing romance partner. A little wrong word said and problems start. And if your marriage partner happens to come from Aries, tell yourself you'll have to be very, very careful of how you discuss things and how you present things. Because something wrongly said and the finger of blame and the trouble will all start. So somebody from Aries can create problems for you in romance or love. Now I want to go to somebody you can have an attachment with, somebody who is keen on you, or you might be keen on this person. And this person would come from Sagittarius. So somebody from Sagittarius is very keen on you, very interested in you, or you might be very interested in somebody in Sagittarius. It will be a good one. You coming from Scorpio for the month of November, anybody from Sagittarius will make you very happy. So go ahead and make that contact for yourself. Now I want to pull a card for sexual energy to see how your sexual energy is going to be in the month of November for you. Yes. Well, I'm going to divide the card into two. the up, because there are signs of planets on the bottom and the top. And the top part will be the first 15 days, and I look at the top part, and it says that you are going to do well enough. You're going to do well enough in the first 15 days where your sexual energy is concerned. So you're bound to be very happy in spirit, because it needs physical energy, mental energy, emotional energy to be right on top, doing well with these three energies, and that's when the sexual energy really gets to get very excited. When any of these energies are low, we just cannot be interested in making ourselves happy or anybody else happy. So the first 15 days is pretty good for you coming from Scorpio. But in the last 15 days, there's some stress shown on you, the card says. And one of the planets which I see on this card is the planets of deception and deceit. So you may be suspecting that something is not right, and of course that would definitely not give you the interest to be happy in the sexual area of your life. So for the second half of the month, you have to be a detective to find out. Otherwise you're just going to be very low in the sexual areas. Well, that's what I have to tell you. I'm already Skyping, and I'm charging USD 50 for a 90-minute Skype session. And this will be to get your next 7, 8 or 9 years fully under your control, age by age, calendar by calendar year. I will go into detail in all areas of your life, your job, your business, your finances, your romance, your love, your family, and also your health areas. And I'll give you a lot of information like your personal lucky lottery numbers for the rest of your life, and also your directions, energy, color energy, the day energy, your lucky days, plenty of information. All that just for USD 50 to know your next 7 or 8 years. Well, go to Skype, go to Facebook, send me an email, and I'll come back to you as soon as I can. Until then, thank you and good luck.